Dandre, you guys found a way to control this game on the ground. What did you see in the Vikings defense that you could exploit?
They made it hard early on, but just staying with the play calls and the little detail. I mean, kept working at it. Offensive line made it a little bit easier, so we stuck with what was working.
Yeah, I was going to have to ask about that offensive line. You guys ran the ball about twice as much as you threw it. What advantage did your offensive line give you up front?
They just got that mentality. Once we get success early on, I think it's hard to stop them guys up front.
A career night for you, 175 rushing yards. You do it in your first game as a Philadelphia Eagle, about 5 miles from where you grew up playing high school football. What does it mean to you to have that moment here?
I didn't even know it was there. It's a blessing. Can't thank God enough for putting me in this position, give me the opportunity, but I'm proud to be with a great group of guys. It was a great winning night for the team.
Is this what you dreamed of as a kid?
Most definitely, most definitely.
Congratulations, Dandre.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm glad you got in for one guy. I said, shit, you gonna talk all the way down. Go ahead, Jay. I know, that's all I said. Good job.
I did get the J base. See the back of the zone.
Jason, someone up on this desk said it was an ugly win. I'm not going to name names, but he's down at the end of the desk down there.
Oh, my gosh.
Ugly.
Do you,
What do you beholder?
Hey, it was prettier than last week. I know that. I'll take that.
What do you say to that? I mean, when you those type of games, I mean, it seems like it's a throwback game. It's something that when I was playing. Do you like playing in those type of football games?
Well, yeah, obviously, as an offensive lineman, you always love when you're getting the run calls. And we were really happy to be able to assert our will. And over the course of the game, you felt it just continue to pile up. But we know we got to improve. We know we got things that we got to clean up. Like Jalen just said, we had 4 turnovers. So we had a lot of opportunities on offense, and we need to put up more points. That game should not have been that close. Credit to Brian Flores and that team. The Vikings did a tremendous job, but we got to keep improving. We know that we're not where we're at right now, where we want to be, and we're just taking that mindset.
Give it to him.
Watch those Eagles fly.
Oh, we'll go right into it.
Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory.
I love it.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles.
I thought the offensive line did a phenomenal job of pushing them off the ball right there, and so was really just really pleased that he protected the ball. Protecting the football is not an easy thing. You saw the opposite of the ends today. We did a great job of taking it away. Would have had another turnover there at the end on defense had we not been offsides, and then our guys did a good job of taking care of it. Besides the interception, and that was a lot of touches too. So again, just not only pleased with how he saw it and how he hit it, but also with how he protected the ball, especially when they're coming after it in situations at the end of the game like that.
On that first touchdown, those guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see what was going on with that. We're just trying to manage the game.
You were the TV show that you kind of interjected there.
Okay.
What did you have to say to AJ and Jalen? I guess heat of the moment.
The conversations we have on the field are going to be private, and the conversations we have in our locker room are going to be private. Y'all don't need to know what's going on right there.
Nick, how fortunate.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to win, but like I said from last week, we still could be a lot better. Like I said, we starting fast, but you got to finish strong. So we always get up on team, but we got to continue to finish strong.
What do you think of Darius Smith?
Oh, he's amazing, man. He's a bad motherfucker.
That's what's going on.
He gonna be all right, man. That's that's part of being a competitor, man. You always want to be feel like you're part of the team, helping the team and things like that, man. Anytime something like that going on, it's not nothing, bad. He's not bashing nobody, man. He just, wants to feel a part of the team, wants to, help us. I mean, at the end of the day, you grind with these guys all throughout the week. So when it's time to go out there on Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever it is, man, you just want to, battling with your guys.
How many people did you have here? Family, friends?
Probably like 30.
30.
Yeah, 30, yeah.
How meaningful was it to hear St. Joe's Prep announced in your introduction when you came out to the field today?
Everything tonight was amazing. It's a blessing to be back and have the support and the love from the people that I grew up around, high school with, full circle moments. It's a blessing.
When's the last time you had a game like this?
Probably high school. Yeah.
Which game?
Full circle.
Which game would you say?
Every time we play LaSalle.
I didn't even get the chance to hear what it was, look at what it was.
What does it mean to you? Now it wasn't
175. It's amazing. So it's a blessing, especially home opener, first game ever playing in the stadium. Just thank God.
Because you had 144 against this team, and then you go 175.
It's a blessing. It's a lot to work on, a lot that needs to get better. So I'm just looking forward to watching the film and taking it from there.
I did get to trade bases. Now you can sell it.
You're not able to watch a lot of it, but what did you think of Dandre Swift and how he played?
I actually have no idea how many yards he got. I only know one touchdown that he got. 170. Guys, that's a dinner. I had no idea.
Oh, he's amazing, man. He a bad.
Kind of get things going in the second and the rest of the game.
Kind of unexpected question. I think for us, we found a way to get it done. And I think the reality is it looks different from each moment to each moment. And for us, we just continue to grow. Obviously, there are a ton of guys that made plays out there, not just myself. There are a lot more plays out there for us to make, and yeah.
Jalen, coming out of half, Josh Sweat has the strip sack, and then you're able to punch it in very shortly later. How big was that sequence of events to kind of?
Yeah, I think to piggyback off of that question, you're talking about four turnovers, and you have 255 rushing yards. That's pretty impressive. And he did a great job.
What did you learn about Dandre, him getting that amount of carries and he came for the first time with you?
Oh, not anything that I didn't know. He's a great talent, a great player, a great person and teammate. He took advantage of the opportunity he had and had a career day. I don't know if he's ever rushed for a 175, but that's a hell of a job, and we needed it from him.
Jason Kelce said that defenses these first two games have been doing a good job creating chaos, giving you guys a little bit different looks. Are you sensing that as well?
Yeah, I think, again, the same question y'all asked me a couple of days ago in terms of the disguises and all of that, and I think this is a disguised league. And sometimes it is quarterback versus defensive coordinator. All the time it is. And so it's an adjustment. Everybody's going to try and find the best way to attempt to slow us down, and it's about how we respond to that and how we execute. I think it's all over the tape that what we're capable of, and nobody wants AJ catching balls down the field or Devontae catching balls down the field or the threat, and it's about being able to attack those things even though they have that in mind. And so that's a development thing for us as an offense, and I talk about that identity that we're yearning to find. But you rush your 255, not a bad day.
Did you go into that drive, the 16-play drive, wanting to run it, or were you guys just taking what they were giving?
Which one?
The 16-play drive that you ran 13 times. You guys ran the ball 13 times, most of them inside zone plays. Was that them giving you guys that,
well,
or did you guys go into the drive saying we're going to run it?
I think we set the precedent for for how things are supposed to look, and that's the funny thing that makes me chuckle, because we set the precedent for how things are supposed to look, and you see all these beautiful balls down the field and all these big time plays, but We rushed for 255 yards. You know, they didn't stop that. And that's a testament to the O-line, the way Dandre ran the ball and other guys when they ran the ball and they had their opportunities. But winning looks a ton of different ways, you know, and I say winning is the only thing that matters. Winning is truly the only thing that matters.
We saw AJ's frustration on the sideline, Jalen, knowing him as well as you do. What's sort of behind that?
Yeah, I think everybody wants to make plays and everybody wants to contribute. I have no worry about him, you know, and he's a great player, great teammate, great friend, and we'll all do anything and everything with winning in mind.
Is it tough sometimes when, you know, so many different people want the ball? I mean, last week, obviously, we were asking about Dallas Goedert, now AJ, and everything like that. Is that kind of like a week-to-week thing?
We won. We want to make it bigger than what it is. Yeah, you know, we're talking about external factors here. You know, that those things don't matter. And what's said out there, that could potentially divide this group. It doesn't matter. We won.
You were able to hit that explosive to Monte, 60 yards, and then you had a pretty good hit on the throw. Was that set up by the running game, or was, you know, how did that play develop?
I just think it kind of happened. It was, I mean, it just kind of happened. You know, kind of a check there. Me and Smitty communicating, but had a big play in the game, you know, and I know that's what everybody wants to see. So I'm happy they got to see one of those today.
Jalen, you've talked a lot about trying to find this team finding its identity. A couple games in, any thoughts formulating in terms of what you're seeing?
I think we're a work in progress. We're a work in progress. What better way to be a work in progress and sitting in two wins out the gate in 10 days or however many days it was. So look, you know, we strive for progress, not perfection. And obviously we all have a standard for ourselves. Obviously, we demand the most of ourselves because of everything that we go through together, all the work that we put in together, and all of those things. We're just going to continue to keep chipping away. You know, we understand that this, as we continue to climb this mountain and we go on, there'll be different challenges that come along. But the only thing that matters is winning. Truly, only thing that matters is winning. And so I think if we can continue to develop, grow, learn from our mistakes, learn from our successes, learn from all of these different things. In fact, the same things that I'm saying now, I'd be saying if we lost. But the reality is, you know, winning is the only thing that matters, and everything is done with winning in mind. And for us, we just want to continue to grow as a team, continue to develop, and find that identity. You know, find that identity for us, and continue to grow together.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Thanks, everyone.
Justin, it's another one of those nights, right, where miscues kind of shoot you guys in the foot, but you're still right there.
Oh, yeah, definitely right there. And I'm putting it a lot on myself, you know, just fumbling in the end zone like that. You know, when we need points and you know, we're driving and we having that momentum. So I mean, I'm putting a lot of blame on myself. Of course, you know, being the captain of the team, I have to know the situation, take care of the ball, and you know, I was telling my teammates, you know, that was on me, and it won't happen again.
Can you take us through that, though? Because, I mean, how did you review to even see that it was fumbled? It looked like it could have been in, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation. You know, me just trying to, you know, score and get points for the team. But I just got to take what I can get and, you know, run the next play and score the next play. So it's a learning stage. Of course, you know, I would like to, you know, take it back and we'll do something differently, but of course I can't. I just got to live and learn from it and move on.
What's it say? Go ahead.
Just in general, how deflating are those fumbles? I think 4 of them for you guys as an offense.
Very deflating. I mean, the past 2 games, you know, losing a turnover battle 7-1. You're not going to win too many games like that in this league. So we just got to do better on the turnover margin. We just got to hold on to the ball, take care of the ball, and I feel like the game will be totally different.
What does it say about this team, though, that you still were in it at the end? It was a one-score game at one point, and you guys were still fighting.
Yeah, we're right there. You know, if we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, you know, we're pretty much 2-0. So, just like I said, we got to learn from our mistakes as always. But this is a time to learn from it. Of course, going into practice, clean up the things that we need to clean up, and fix the turnovers.
What was said in the huddle or on the side to kind of get you guys to regroup?
Yeah, I mean, we've been in those type of situations before. You know, we've been down 33 before. So during that situation, it's not really about pumping up the guys. It's about just staying in it, staying in the game, knowing who we are as a team. You know, we got that fight and we got that competitiveness, and we're gonna fight all the way to the end. So it just was tough, you know, losing by 6 points to a team that just went to the Super Bowl, and you know, we had 3 turnovers. So it's definitely not something to be proud of. We gotta fix it and come ready to go next week.
I saw Kevin talking to you when you were sitting over there. Does he tell you, listen, you gotta take this off, or can you share what he was saying?
Nah, I mean, I was pretty much saying, you know, that was on me. You know, I'm just putting it on my head that, you know, I shouldn't have fumbled that ball in the end zone. I got to hold on to those type of balls. I got to either score it or, you know, keep the ball in my hand and, you know, go out of bounds and play the next play. So it's things that, you know, you don't want to happen, but it happens, and you just got to learn and move on from that.
Especially frustrating when you hear so much about the defense, you know, coming from the Eagles, and you guys are finding your ways against them, right?
I mean, we're always going to be confident in our schemes, confident in ourselves. We feel like we have enough playmakers on the offensive side of the ball to create plays and create momentum for the team. You know, we just like I said, shot ourselves in the foot, you know, multiple times. And, you know, stuff like that is hard to come back from. You know, even though we had 3 turnovers, we still lost by 6. So it goes to show you that this team, you know, is going to fight to the end. You know, we have the playmakers to keep fighting and keep moving the ball. You know, we just got to fix the turnover margin, and we'll be good. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
All right, a tough loss. You know, solid opponent. You know, shot ourselves in the foot with the turnovers. Similar story now the first 2 weeks in that case. I'm sure that's been said a lot to you guys now post game, but it ought to be. And it's difficult to win in this league when you know, lose the turnover battle by 1, let alone by the margin we've lost it by. So you know, we got to fix those mistakes and not let it continue. And then you know, obviously proud of the way guys fought. Continue to feel like we have, you know, guys who can make plays and be explosive and make this offense go. And, you know, Kevin's going to give us a lot of opportunity to do that. So we're going to call a lot of guys' numbers. And, yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say. So take any questions you have.
Kirk, how were you able to overcome a lot of the pressure that they were able to create to still have such an effective passing game overall?
Well, yeah, I think it's a combination of, you know, I was still getting, you know, protection to be able to get through the progressions. And I think, you know, guys did a good job winning in their man coverage matchups or their match coverages. And, you know, Kevin and the staff did a good job of, you know, getting number 1, number 2 open, so I wasn't having to sit in there too long. And, you know, it's just a combination. You know, the O-line did a good job, you know, mixing up the snap count, trying to stay disciplined there. And, you know, there are a lot of moving parts when you go on the road. So, you know, outside of the turnovers, felt like we did a lot of good things.
How confounding just is have the turnovers been for you just to see so many so early?
Yeah. I think you look at each one as its own entity, and you kind of look at it. Well, why did that one happen? And is there a pattern? And in some cases, there isn't. You know, if Justin is going out of bounds at the 5-yard line, he's not reaching, right? He's reaching because he thinks he has a chance there on the half-yard line. So. That one's kind of its own entity. And then you have, you know, the sack fumble where I'm saying, okay, why is that one happening? Well, you know, I got to keep 2 hands on the ball as much as I can. As a passer, it's hard because you're, you know, pulling your hand back, but, you know, going back to 2 hands on the ball as much as possible. So each one is its own entity, and we just have to address them each that way.
Work on the sack fumble. Looks like you had to take a couple of hitches there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel the defender coming around the edge, or was that a surprise?
Yeah, I didn't see him. You know, I guess it's that old blindside, you know, term. But yeah.
Kirk, why have you and Justin been able to be so productive, even with other teams knowing that he's Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, so they clearly do. The way they cover him throughout the game, you know, they're very aware of where he is, and you can feel that and tell that. You know, I think our coaching staff deserves a lot of credit for being very creative and intelligent, you know, with how to use him. And then, you know, we try to take advantage based on coverage. So if, you know, sometimes he's not, I can't work him, you know, and I'm moving on. But there are other times where you say, you know, yes, they're aware of him, but I still can make the throw. So try to take advantage when the coverage allows it.
Kirk, you talked about in the past Justin's ability to finish plays.
Yeah.
To see Jordan make that deep catch and then finish. What
great
does that
line.
say about him?
It's a great question, great line. That was the first thing I said to him. When he came off the field on the sideline, I put my arm around him and I just said, the finish is what I love. You know, you got us 6 points instead of running out, you know, with our red zone offense. And it's tremendous. You know, if you watch his tape from college, he's catching post routes for Pitt. He's catching post routes for USC. He's good at it. When he first got here, I told him I watched his tape, and that was what I saw. And he said, it's my favorite route. And he said it with a lot lower energy than I just said it now. He's a very natural receiver, and that's going to show up in the way he runs routes, the way he catches the football, and the way he, after the catch, makes plays.
Kirk, when KJ was wide open, what happened there?
When KJ was wide open, which one are you saying? Oh, yeah. Yeah, good play design. Good play design. I like the call all week, and it had it on my favorites list, and it was great design. And they just, you know, it's crossing patterns, so they have to decide whether we're going to pass it off or run with it. And I think they, on one side, decided to run with it, and the other side decided to pass it off, and then he's able to kind of sneak through.
Kirk, you don't want to be saying it after 2 games in a row, but how do you kind of balance the urgency to fix the turnovers and get better with kind of some encouragement from the way your offense has been able to move the ball?
Yeah, I think you evaluate all football games in that light, where you say, okay, we don't just look at it with one broad stroke brush and say, oh, we lost, that was bad, or we won, and that was good. You know, if anything, you have to avoid it when you win. You know, last year I think it was a lot of times where we were winning, but you got to go back and be like, this isn't good enough, this isn't sustainable. And so there's a little bit of the opposite, too, when you lose, of saying, hey, I liked what you did here, I liked what you did here. But obviously there's a, you know, need to coach and fix things and be hard on ourselves, you know, anytime you lose.
Kirk, you talked about the ability to finish with Justin quite a bit, too. It looked like he was pretty hard on himself on the sideline after that fumble.
Yeah.
Is that kind of one of those where you don't want to dissuade him from doing that, even if it's in that moment where
you know, you have you know, when you talk ball security and fundamentals, you always say, you know, hey, don't reach for the end zone unless it's 4th down, and yet players do it all the time and score a touchdown. And so, you know, we often joke that, you know, don't reach for the end zone if you're not going to score. Is kind of the wink, you know. So it's tough, and players are, you know, instinctual and in the moment. You know, he's so aware of where he is on the field that, you know, he reaches for it. But I'm going to be hard on myself, right? I'm going to say, look, that ball shouldn't have stopped him. You know, the ball stops him, so he has to go up and get it and then has to pull through. What if I threw a perfect ball? And what if it had dropped right in the bucket? Maybe he runs in untouched. So, again, going back to, we don't even have to have that moment if I can throw a perfect pass and drop it in the bucket to him, you know. All right, thank you.
Can y'all feel that? Can you feel what's about to happen on this field, man? Can you feel what we about to get into? They don't respect us. They don't know about our heart, man. That thing is beating your doggone chest right now. Whatever you got today, I got to have